The purpose of this video is to gain a basic understanding of metric conversions. The metric system is based on magnitudes of 10 with prefixes used to denote certain magnitudes of 10. This basic information is displayed here in this table. Since the metric system is based on powers of 10, conversions are as simple as moving the decimal to the left or the right. In the center of the table, we have the base SI units. Common base SI units include meters, grams, liters, and joules. Prefixes are used for different magnitudes of 10 of the base unit. For example, 1 decagram is 10 grams. 1 hectogram is 100 grams. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. 1 megagram is 1 million grams. And 1 gigagram is 1 billion grams. Likewise, 1 deciliter is a tenth of a liter. 1 centiliter is a hundredth of a liter. 1 milliliter is a thousandth of a liter. 1 microliter is a millionth of a liter. And 1 nanoliter is 1 billionth of a liter. As you can see, the magnitudes can also be expressed in exponential form. This last column shows examples using meters as the base unit for how to express these same relationships. For instance, 100 centimeters is equivalent to 1 meter, and 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. These equalities are unit conversions, and they can be used to convert one metric unit to another. I'm going to demonstrate 3 different ways to perform these unit conversions. Find the method that makes the most sense to you and use it every time you need to perform a metric conversion. For this first conversion, we are asked to convert 23.4 kilograms to grams. Start by writing down the number with units. Performing a unit conversion is all about getting the units to cancel appropriately. When looking at the table, I want to find how many of the base unit are in one of the given unit. For example, we can see there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. That's how you write the conversion factor or ratio so that the appropriate units cancel. Check it out. 1,000 gram per 1 kilogram. And the kilograms cancel. Now solve the problem by multiplying the given number by the numerator of the conversion and then divide by the denominator. So to do this conversion with my calculator, I would multiply 23.4 times 1,000. You can divide by 1 if you want, but hopefully you understand that doing so is not necessary. There are 23,400 grams in 23.4 kilograms. Notice, we just moved the decimal 3 places to the right. Let me show you another method that uses a grid. I'm going to draw my grid here and then put the given number in the upper left portion of the grid. 23.4 kilograms goes right here. Do not leave out the units. Now from the table, I know that the conversion factor is 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. There are 2 other ways I can write this conversion factor. I can write 1,000 grams per 1 kilogram, or 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. All 3 of these conversions have the same meaning. To fill in the next section of the grid, I want to use the conversion that allows me to cancel kilograms. Units on the top of the grid will cancel similar units on the bottom of the grid. We need kilograms to cancel. So I want to represent the conversion in this way, with 1 kilogram on the bottom and 1,000 grams on the top. If I put the conversion factor into the next section of the grid correctly, then kilograms will cancel. Check it out. 1 kilogram goes on the bottom and 1,000 grams goes on the top. The units of kilograms cancel. Now, what do I do to solve this? Using the grid, you will multiply all the numbers in the top sections of the grid together and then divide by all the numbers in the bottom sections of the grid. Once again, I would multiply 23.4 times 1,000 to get the answer. You can divide by 1 if you want, but hopefully you understand that is unnecessary. This method gives you the same answer. There are 23,400 grams and 23.4 kilograms. Let's work through another example. Convert 654 milliliters to liters. Write down the number given with units. Look at the table to find how many of the base unit are in one of the given unit. For this example, we could see that 0.001 liters are in 1 milliliter. That's how you write the conversion factor or ratio so that the appropriate units cancel. Check it out. 0.001 liters per 1 milliliter. And now milliliters cancel. Solve the problem by multiplying the given number by the numerator of the conversion and then divide by the denominator. Doing this with my calculator, I would multiply 654 times 0.001. Divide by 1 if you want, but it is not necessary. There are 0.654 liters and 654 milliliters. Using the grid method will get you the same answer. 654 milliliters goes right here in the upper left portion of the grid. Do not leave out the units. Now from the table, I know that the conversion factor is 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Two other ways I can write this conversion factor are 1,000 milliliters per 1 liter, or 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. Which way should I write this conversion factor in the grid so that milliliters cancel? Milliliters need to cancel, so I want to represent the conversion in this way, with 1,000 milliliters on the bottom and 1 liter on the top. If I put the conversion factor into the next section of the grid correctly, then the milliliters will cancel. Look here, 1,000 milliliters goes on the bottom, 1 liter goes on the top, and the units of milliliters cancel. To solve this, multiply all the numbers in the top section of the grid together, and then divide by all the numbers in the bottom sections of the grid. There is really no need to multiply 654 times 1, so all that needs to be done is to divide 654 by 1,000. Once again, this method gives you the same answer. There are 0.654 liters and 654 milliliters. The decimal point just moved 3 places to the left. Pick the method that makes the most sense to you and solve the following problems. Pause the video now and try them out. Once you have attempted the problems, press play to see the solutions. A third method for completing metric conversions involves the use of this table. The larger units are on the left, and the orders of magnitude decrease as you move to the right across the table. Notice this table has a lot of the same information as the table we were just looking at. The prefixes are there, as well as the symbols and the orders of magnitude. This method is extremely helpful for converting between metric units that both have a prefix. In other words, you are not converting to or from the base unit. Let's look at an example and follow this game plan for how to use the table to solve the problem. Convert 0.234 kilograms to milligrams. First, we want to determine which direction to move the decimal point. Start by finding the given unit on the table. Look, kilo is right here. Now find the new unit on the table. Look, milli is right here. We are converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so we are going to move the decimal place to the right. Now use the chart to determine how many places to move the decimal point. For this example, let's find the difference between the powers. Kilo has a power of 3, while milli has a power of -3. The difference between 3 and -3 is 6. To convert 0.234 kilograms to milligrams, we are simply going to move the decimal point 6 places to the right. Check it out. Fill in the spaces with zeros, and we see that there are 234,000 milligrams in 0.234 kilograms. Pretty simple, right? Let's follow the game plan to work another conversion. Convert 59,731 centimeters to kilometers. Start by determining which direction to move the decimal. Find the given unit on the table. Centi is right here. Now find the new unit on the table. Kilo is right here. We are converting from a smaller unit to a larger unit, so the decimal place will move to the left. Now use the chart to determine how many places to move the decimal point. This time, let's count the spaces between the starting power and the ending power, just like moving a piece when playing a board game. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces between these two prefixes. To convert 59,731 centimeters to kilometers, move the decimal point 5 places to the left. There are 0.59731 kilometers in 59,731 centimeters. Use the table method to try these problems. Pause the video and try them out. Once you have attempted the problems, press play to see the solutions. I have shown you several different methods for performing a metric unit conversion. Practice using all 3 methods to determine the one that works best for you. With a little practice, you should have no issues converting between units of the metric system.